reason I didn't do that is because if I didn't follow through with that plan, I would be disappointed. We are not letting distractions, we are not letting loud noises stop us this season. This is an exercise in just showing up imperfect, messy, planned out, unplanned, but not allowing the little tiny, irrelevant distractions, discouragements slow me down. So documenting this whole process on a daily basis is important for me because I want to, again, show up for myself regardless of what people think. So if you want to mute me, if you want to unfollow me, or if you want to add me to your favorites and turn your post notifications on, I thank you either way, because this is ultimately for me. We are not letting distractions, we are not letting loud noises stop us this season. And that's another thing I'm realizing about myself is how easily taken off of my square I can be. I can just easily get discouraged. I get discouraged very easily. That's what it is. And I give up. And I didn't think I was ever that type of person, but I think that's the perfectionism, the perfectionist in me that I'm trying to just shut down, because it doesn't have to be perfect. I know this. But when I'm in the moment and creating, I always think I have to do things one and done instead of doing it in several takes. My introduction video for this whole project, if you look at my camera roll, there's about 20, 25 videos that I did, different takes that I was getting more and more frustrated about because I just wanted to get it done in one take. But did I have a script? No. Did I know I was going to film that day? No. So it's all about the preparation, the planning, the order of operations, the systems, all of that. You know, as much as I don't want to make this whole creative thing technical, it really is. It really is very technical. And when you're doing this by yourself, I am going to have to plan more and do better at my execution in order for me to not get discouraged by the first roadblock or the first speed bump or the first, thing that pisses me off. So this is a whole new different energy that I'm embracing. The imperfections, the perfections, if any. And you're just going to get it. And I'm going to learn about myself. It's easy to avoid things when you're approaching failure. It's easy to stop doing something when you know it's not going to turn out the way you envisioned it. It's easy to get distracted or discouraged when you know that you don't have the right outfit, the right hairdo, the weather's crappy, the people around you, are always vying for your attention. And for me, I always gave in to these distractions, or I just didn't speak up and say, I can do that, just not right now. Or can you give me a heads up next time versus springing this on me at the last minute? So even when it came to vlogging, I allowed a lot of my distractions to prevent me from showing up. And those distractions would include bad weather, bad hair day, bad mood, just to name a few things. So this go around, I'm embracing all of that without distraction. And that requires a lot of commitment, not stopping even when I feel like giving up. Yeah, it's okay to stop and reassess, maybe pause, not stop, but stop. Not stop, but pause, and not letting the distractions slow me down. It's not to quote LeBron, but I was watching a TikTok clip about when him and Savannah, his wife, found out that they were pregnant. I didn't realize that he's a teen dad, right? And he was on his way to the NBA. And what stood out to me the most is that he said, we can have this baby, we can stay together, but I'm not going to let it slow me down. And that really resonated with me because I realized, wow, I let the littlest things that don't even really matter, I allow the little tiniest things to bother me or stop me or slow me down from the bigger goal, the bigger outcome, the bigger vision, the dreams, the goals, all of that, because of the tiniest little things that don't even matter, Okay, if the weather is bad, record inside, stay in the car. I can check the weather up to 7 days. So it's not like we only get weather updates an hour before the next day. That was my own self-saboteur kicking in. Again, I was about to let my hair be a distraction because of the wind, but I refuse. But I was allowing the tiniest things to stop me from putting out content or from showing up in my business, with my family, with my friends, for myself. And I would just sit and wallow in that all day. And then sometimes I'd get a burst of energy and do a bunch of vlogs, or do a bunch of things for the business. I do a bunch of things with family and friends. And then my mood or my energy would crash. And again, it's fleeting. So when I heard LeBron say that we can have this baby, but it's not going to prevent me or slow me down from what I'm trying to get at, I realized, oh yeah, I was getting in my own way big time, especially when it came to showing up for my YouTube channel. This has been a project. I've been on YouTube for so many years, probably a decade at this point, but I never took it so serious enough to where I actually planned things out. I thought things through. I designed thumbnails ahead of time. I picked venues, I picked topics, I outlined, again, really planning things out. And I know that the reason I didn't do that is because if I didn't follow through with that plan, I would be disappointed. And I would easily be discouraged by the fact that it didn't happen. So why even plan it if I'm not going to do it? Or it's not going to turn out the way I thought it would? Screw that. I'm done. I'm done with that way of thinking, that way of doing things. I'm just going to do it. And I know I'm kind of generally speaking right now, but in terms of posting daily content, in terms of showing up and why I want to do these things, my why has changed. My why has become more solid. My foundation, my reasons for doing these things have become more solid, because now it's no longer about impressing other people, showing up for the algorithm, checking analytics. I'm really about to be 40. That's a big deal, and there are a lot of things that I haven't accomplished in my life quite yet. And there are a lot of things that I have. And I think it's important for me to take the time for the next 40 days to reflect on those things. To appreciate and be grateful for those moments, those people, and to not just let them pass me by and I forget about them. So also documenting this allows me to have like family videos, family and friends and memories where I can recap them or include them in these vlogs. Although I am going to be very protective of my family and friends on what I show, but it's their choice if they want to be in the content or not. But ultimately, this is an exercise in just showing up imperfect, messy, planned out, unplanned, but not allowing the little tiny, irrelevant distractions, discouragements slow me down. It's not your job to keep me accountable, but it does help when I get a little bit of encouragement, of a boost from my community. So if you're at the point of this video where you're wondering, what's going to happen next, just drop me a comment. Say, you got this, you could do this. But I'm also fueled by hate as well. So either way, if you can either hate or congratulate. But from this point on, I'm showing up for myself, messy, afraid, planned, and organized. All of the above, because that's who I am. And if you can relate, if you are avoiding things, what can we do to get it done, to get it started, and for us to follow through and see it out? Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for day 2. And all the other days. Watch them all. The shadows were bothering me from the fence.